Hello, in this video I will show you a different approach that I take to lighting in Blender. I will be adding a leaf shadow in the scene without using an actual leaf mesh because it will make our scene overall heavy for no reason, and we'll also be using a softbox to add a softness to our lighting. So stay tuned, watch throughout the video, have patience, and please do not forget to subscribe and leave a like. Now create a new scene, file, new. That's something you can actually do in Blender. You can create multiple projects in one project. I'm going to take this bottle A, Control C, copy everything, then take it to a new scene that I've created, Control V to have it here. Then I'm going to create a folder for it just to keep everything organized. M collection 1. Then I'm going to name this collection mesh or bottle or whatever you want to name it. It's all in caps. No, it doesn't matter. Then create another scene. Create another collection. I'm going to call this scene. Right. Then I'm going to create a box. I'm going to add a cube. Then AGZ1, something like this. I'll raise this up to make it stand on the cube. I'm going to increase the size of the cube to something bigger, to somewhat like this. Then select this also, take it up, raise it up, make it stand on the cube. If it's standing, then move this forward on the y-axis. By this point, I'm going to add the camera because I want to see clearly what I'm doing. Then I'll go to the animations workspace. It's my favorite place to add camera. Close all this. And then Shift A, camera, of the camera back. Since this is a product render, I'm going to have the camera at the focal length of 95 to give it a wider view, to give the product a wider view. So now I'm going to zero the rotation of the camera and then move it upwards a little bit, then RX 90. So I'm going to come to this like something like this. Maybe I select the camera again. Sorry, zero. I don't know what's wrong with the new Blender. When you click on the camera, it's just difficult to move around the viewport. It's something I think Blender should handle. I don't know why it does that. You have to like click on your numpad, on the dot button on your numpad. I don't know the name, but it actually goes back and it keeps happening, which is really annoying. But on the camera, I'm just going to click Control Alt 0 to have it directly look at the object, and I want it to face or the direction which my cursor is at, or which my mouse is at. Then I'm going to Shift G, move this backwards. G, then middle mouse click and move this backwards. The view, I want to have it at the resolution. I want to have it at 2x2, so 2000. This is 2K resolution, and I'm going to move the camera forward a bit to somewhere like this, a bit closer to the product. So on this place, I'm going to click this spot. I'm going to click 0, have it at this. So I'm going to move this to this point. Just give it just show that it's standing on the cube. I don't know what it makes it look more interesting. I'm going to move this upwards a bit. Yeah. So now we have the bottle in like a dominant stance to show that the bottle is what we want the audience to look at, and it's dominating the whole scene. That's the idea of having it at this view. Yeah. So now I'm going to add also on the scene, I'm going to add a background because the background is very relevant to what we want to achieve in this. So in this render, 90 as this is wide enough. Now this is where I'm going to perform the real magic with the lighting. So I'm going to make this light and then take it to this view, and then on the render, I'm going to have it at cycles. Cycles, make sure it's GPU. If you can enable open shading language and enable it. This viewport, I'm going to have it at 64. I have a sharper view, to have a faster viewport, and then denoising, I'm going to enable the denoising, and then this 256, I want to render mine at 256. And then as for the color management, to have the color pop more, I'm going to have it at high resolution, but I'm not going to use it now. I want you to see the effect of the color management, so I won't be using it now. On this, I'm going to create new. Yours already should be there. I don't know why I had to create for mine. On the world, I'm going to have this at let's say 5, and then I'm going to give this a bit of a blue tint, something like this. It's okay. So now you can see our scene. And then now should I add the light? Yeah, let me add the light here. So what you want to do is add a particular light, which is the spotlight. So move this backwards a bit, raise it up. You'll see how, I'm sure you haven't, as a beginner, you haven't been using the spotlight. But I can show you one thing that the spotlight can do for you, which is really interesting. So move this here. And then I'm going to drag this part of the scene downwards. And then I'll have it at shader editor. And then I'm going to create a shader nodes for this spotlight. Something you can actually do in Blender. You can create nodes for lights. So I'm going to use nodes. And then this is what we have. We have emission, and we have layer output. So for the emission, I'll be using an image texture. So I'm going to select image texture. Just look at this. Look at what we can have. And then color, I can have it at color. Let me show you what happens when I have color at color. So I'm going to open. There's an image I downloaded. I think is it on downloads? Is it in downloads? I think it's in downloads. I'm just going to scroll down. I have a lot of downloads here. To where is it? It's an image of a leaf. Yeah, this is it. So this is a transparent PNG. I'm going to have it here. So I'm going to increase the intensity maybe to like 1000. I don't know. So now you see let me remove this. So you see that the grass, the PNG is showing on the background. That is where the surface of the light is touching. Home. Sorry, I'm going to erase that. Home. So if I move this light, you can see the effect. It's actually happening. You see, it's even on the surface of the bottle, but we don't really mind if it's on the surface of the bottle that much. You just want it to be on the background and the backdrop. So now I'm going to rotate it to this fit and then move it. Just give it a nice position. That's why I'm rotating it. It doesn't really matter. Just want to give it a nice rotation. I think I'm going to reduce the scale, the spot size. I'm going to reduce the spot size to something like this, and then move it upwards to this point. And then also increase the intensity. The intensity is just low. So yeah, to this. And then you see, let me unplug this. When I unplug it, it's just the spotlight showing. Nothing. Then when I unplug color to color, it shows the PNG, the leaf PNG with the color. But I don't want the color to appear in the background. I just want it to be like a shadow of the leaf reflecting on the background, that is on the backdrop. So I'm going to remove this color and then use alpha. Alpha, it means just white and black. transparent, white and black. So I'm going to put alpha on color, and then this is what we have. Instead of it to be dark now, because shadows are dark, it's white. We don't want it to be dark, to be white. You can download an black alpha image from the internet, which it will come default as black when you plug it to the emission of your spotlight. But let's say, for instance, where you can't find something like that, all you have is a PNG image. You can actually invert it to be black. So I'm going to use the inverse node, Shift A. I'll come here and click on inverse. So inverse color, and I'll just take this like this, and you see now the color has been inverted. Now it's black. It looks like a shadow, but there's this cut here, which we don't really need it. We don't need to know that. We don't need our audience to know that we are using a spotlight. So what I can do now is just go to the blend, and you see now when I do it, it's a blend. It just looks like a light piercing through maybe an open, maybe a window, and then having this reflection, because there's a blend now with the background and the color. So that's the reason for the blend here. And also for this radius, is it radius? So when you increase or decrease the radius, it gets blurred. It starts to blur in your scene. So I can increase this. I'll give it a bit of a blur, not too much, just a slightly bit. Maybe at this point is okay. So now we have our scene set up already. We have the backdrop, which has a leaf reflecting from the back, but the overall scene doesn't look as nice and poppy. So this is where I'm going to go to the render view. This is where the color management comes in. So on the color management, leave it at filming. You'll come to high contrast. So when you click on high contrast, you can see now your scene is a little bit pop. It has a little bit of a mood, but still we have a bit of a work to do to make the scene overall look nice. So I'm going to drag this up and then duplicate it again. And then here I'll have image editor. Image editor, there is, I want to make the environment color match the bottle. So there's a color code you can follow. If you are good with color codes, you can just match colors that match with that color. But I use Adobe Color Wheel as my color code guide. I'm just going to open where I saved Adobe, the guide I got from Adobe Color Wheel. So I come here to where I saved it, pictures. I already save it at Color Ref, and then I'm going to pick this one, and then I'll just drag it to Blender, and then move this out of the way. So now I'm going to select, I'm going to select this and add color to it. So come to here, new, and then I'm going to select this as the box color. Is it giving me the look I want? And also going to come here and then select this. So yeah, this is what we have, but this thing is too dark. We don't want it to be too dark. I kind of like it like this, but we can make it a bit interesting by adding more lights. So here I'm going to add this time a different light, which will be the area light. So move this back, take it up, change the direction to make sure it's facing the bottle, and then increase the size to maybe like 5 for now. Maybe I'll increase it to get bigger, but for now I just want to see. Let me increase the intensity of the light. So I come to power and give it, let's say 500 for now. Or let's try 500, and then this is what we have. You can make it get close to the object. I think I'm going to have this at 10. I want it to be bigger. Then this 500, I'm going to make it 1000. Yeah, so now you see your scene is getting a little bit better. So what one light source doesn't just do it for me. I'm going to have this here. I'm going to have this here, and then Shift D. Also, I'm going to have it like this. So now you can see this sharp lighting, which makes it a bit interesting, which is something nice. It's not something I intended for, but it's there. So let's just keep it here. I'm going to move this here. I don't want this quick shadow cut. Let's try to do something about it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's try to do something about it. So, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to rotate this here. And I think I'm going to make this also bigger, maybe like 15. And there we have this. And then I'm going to add 5 here. Yeah, this is what we have. So let's move it here a bit again. This part, then change the direction. You just have to keep moving your lighting. You get like a really nice effect. All right, this effect is okay. And then you have your scene. You can go ahead and keep playing with the right light, improving on the work till how you see fit. But for now, and this is what I'm going to leave it as. Also, if for the light, you can come here and you can just come here and Control T, and then it brings these options for you, which you can like play with the size. In here 5, it's bigger now. You can have it at 1. It creates a pattern. I have it at 1. Anything you can do to any texture, you can actually do to the light texture. So also you can increase the strength of the shadow to maybe 5, and then you see it's the strength of the light, everything is a bit thicker right now. Or you can have it at 0.01, and then you see no shadow, or 0.5, and you see a bit of a shadow. So I'm going to have mine at 1. 1 is okay. And then this, I think I'm going to increase the size. Right, and then I'm going to shift it downwards a bit, move it somewhere like this. So yeah, also this box is too sharp, so I'm going to add bevel modifier to it to generate bevel. Control A, scale, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 segment of 6 is okay. Then I'm going to decrease it to this point. So now shade smooth, and this is what you have. You can go ahead and save, render it, and save the render. This, let me bring it to this point here, to somewhere like this. Yep. And then here I'm going to decrease the size. It's like it's too much. And then I'm going to also decrease the intensity. Yep. Is there anything more to do? I don't really think so. Let me see. I feel like I should reduce the size. Let me try 5. Nope. Okay, let me try rectangle. Still not. I want this part to have a bit of a to be a bit darker, to give it a bit of a depth. So that's why I'm doing all this with all these settings. Move it downwards. Now, yep. Also, Yeah, so this is what we have. There's things you can also do to make this light softer because it's a little bit of harsh. Which I'll add plane. Where's the plane? I'll add a plane here. Then move it backwards, take it up, and then I'm going to have this rotation aligned to this, the rotation of the light. So I'm going to select the light, make it the active selection. Then I'm going to click on Control C, right? Copy rotation. Also Control C again to copy the location. I think this is an add-on, so you have to enable it if you don't have it. File, come to edit, preference. I think it's copy attribute. Is the name of the add-on, right? Yeah, copy attribute, enable it. And it's really nice add-on. We should use it instead of just trying to rotate it and fix it by yourself. So now that I've added the plane, I'm going to move this forward to make sure it's covering the light. X, G, Y, G, Z, Z. So now it's covering the light, make it a bit bigger. Now that it's covering the light, so what I want to do now is give this a material, and then I'm going to give it a translucent material. Delete this, we don't need it. And then hit A, translucent. So add this to announce. So let me show you. When I come here, you see that it is a translucent material here. So it's on the camera. I don't want it to be, if it's on the camera, it could be on the camera. Maybe that's because the camera is not facing it, but if yours is blocking the camera, you can just come to the object data, come to visibility, and disable camera. And also going to duplicate this, Shift D, and then select like this, then Control C again, copy location, Control C, copy rotation, and then make it fit the light. Select it, SZZ, SXX. So you see your light now is a bit softer than we used to have it. I'm going to move this G, Y, GXX, right? No, GZZ. Yeah. So now you can see what we have. We have a really nice scene, and you can just go ahead and click on render. We have a bit of an issue here. This it's showing into reflection of the shadow, which I don't want. So I think making it bigger will do just the case. Although it's covering this part, how do we solve this issue? I think for now we just have to forfeit the this for an overall nice thing. So I have to remove the light softbox, because it's affecting the spotlight, which we don't necessarily want. Sometimes you have to make compromises to make your scene look great. So yeah, that's all for it. If you however want to use this particular bottle, it's on my Gobo. You can go ahead and download it and use it. And please do not forget to subscribe, leave a like. So thank you for watching this video. See you next time.